we go. Hey, you'll have to excuse me this evening. There we go. You have to excuse me this evening. Robin, who usually co-hosts and helps me with all the Zoom things. She's not here this evening. So I've got to do it, and Becky's going to help me. If anyone else wants, Lindy, you want to help or anything, just shout out and yell in there or something. Jacob, you too.
Sure.
Okay. So that's tonight's meeting. An introduction. I'm Larry Bender, Chair of the Land Use Committee. I think everyone here is kind of familiar with Zoom, but all committee members, their microphones are open. Public members, if you want to say something or make a comment, at the bottom of the screen, there's a reaction thing that you can raise your hand, or if you raise your hand in front of the screen, we'll see it and we'll unmute you so you can talk. I'll do roll call. First, we have Molly Brown.
Here.
Here. Okay. Yeah. Robin's excused absence. Lindy Owen. Lindy, I see you. You there? Lindy. Okay, well, I know you're there. Becky McFarland.
Here.
Present. Julie Tacker, are you on? I know you were signed up earlier.
I'm here.
Hi, Julie.
Hi.
And Jacob Taylor.
Present.
So all here, and we have a quorum. That takes care of that. Chairperson's announcements. Patrick McGibney has stepped down or resigned from LOCAC. And so he is also stepping down from land use. So we do have an opening. If anyone knows anybody that care to join us, we're more than welcome to have them. And then at some time, we need to decide for next month's meeting, which is September 4th, which is Labor Day. We can either put the meeting off till the 5th, the following day, or if everyone prefers, on the 11th, the following Monday. But by the end of this meeting, or within the next day or so, as soon as possible, I would like some feedback from some folks as to when we should have that, what day we should change our meeting to. It happens every so often. And Julie,
Larry, real
go
quick.
ahead, Becky.
Can you guys hear my dogs barking in the background?
No?
Okay, good. They're in another room, but I wanted to make sure because it gets annoying when that happens. Thank you.
Okay, you have very quiet dogs. When my dogs bark, you'll definitely hear them. Also, I'd like to congratulate Julie Tacker, has agreed to become land use secretary.
Thank you.
So if y'all like this agenda we have, she put it together, and I think it's excellent. It's a very good job. So welcome, Julie, for becoming secretary, and anyone has questions or comments or anything, direct them to Julie. Lindy, go ahead. I see your hand up.
Well, I just tried to check a couple things. Is it because our website just isn't functioning right? I looked on our website and for the land use agenda, and it says no recorded activity. So I've had a problem with the website from the time it got changed to what it is now. But I looked up that other document, which I think is just the upgrading of the because we did the water rush, the that document that you sent us and said, check this out, I think. That I think was put together by Trish and Deborah, maybe, I don't know, about the requirements for housing. The county,
The shortcut sheet, is that what you're referring
Yeah.
to?
and I can't find that on here either. I can't get it to open because it came in a weird format. I'm very excited to have Julie on board because she's pretty bright at all this, but at the same time, are we going to be able to post things? Because if the public was looking to see what our agenda was for today,
Has anyone else gone to our website and looked up the agenda?
Let's just walk Lindy through what steps you took. If you go to locac.info,
correct?
then you go, so it should take you to the
Committee.
homepage. You're gonna tab over to the committees and meetings.
Correct,
Then you're gonna go down to land use,
right?
and then click for link to files. It should open a Google Drive. And
I
the
may have gone to documents. I can't get this to go back, so I don't know where I got here.
yeah, if you got into documents, and that should
I'm
be,
under Land Use Committee Google Drive.
okay. So the
I-
fourth one down says LUC agenda August 7th.
Right.
That's our agenda.
So when I go to open it on my iPad, nothing opens, and on the right, it says no recorded activity.
Yeah, I'm on my desktop and it opens beautifully,
Yeah.
so I don't know.
Lindy,
just-
that,
Okay, iPad problem, yes.
What I did was I just went to the LOCAC website and I just, on my iPad, I hit land use meeting and the agenda just popped right up.
Okay.
Mm.
Never mind then, I'm sorry.
Well, the other alternative, Lindy, is you were sent the agenda.
Oh, I didn't have a problem with that, but again, we're
Okay.
trying to be there for the public too, if they would
Right.
like to attend, and
Well, it might just be the
obviously,
iPad.
nobody's here from the public, but,
Well, Lynette and Patrick and Dave and Bev are all here from the public.
well, they're our regular loyal,
Oh, okay, but they are.
loyal public,
yeah.
and they may
I-
even get
I'm-
noticed, so.
Dave, I see your hand is up. I'm gonna ask you to unmute here. There you go.
Hi, it's Dave. I just wanted to say that we had no trouble getting the agenda or the website, but we bought a new computer and that helped a lot.
Maybe that's what's going on with my iPad. I don't know. Anyway, sorry
Yes.
about the
Okay.
tech then. I'm glad it's working.
Bev says we like what Julie did with the agenda.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. There we go. Okay, so Lindy, I'm sorry for that, but we're trying at our end as much as we can.
I just felt like I went to the website because I was trying to look up that other document and
Yeah.
it didn't show up and then using it through the website to look at the agenda so I could have that and be at the meeting. I didn't get it to open, so it's okay. It's me.
If you do have problems, I can email these directly to you. If
You
you,
do. I
okay,
did. I received yours. I'm just saying, if I was the public and I went to see when land use
Yeah,
was, and see
okay.
the agenda, I couldn't see it on my equipment.
Okay, there we go. Okay, next, moving along, committee members' announcements. Anyone from the committee here have any announcements they'd like to make? Becky?
Yeah, just a quick thing and I know I read this at LOCAC before, and we have these buildings before us tonight, but I think it is important to remember that the Coastal Commission, which is a semi-judicial body, and they're supporting the Coastal Act, has And I'll read this little part again. The county, as the initial coastal development decision-making body for the coastal development plan, or CDP application, sorry, that include new water use in Los Osos, needs to consider these perhaps inconvenient facts. And it was talking about our water situation, and stop approving or even considering such projects unless and until measurable steps are taken that improve water supply issues in Los Osos. And yes, we've had improvements, but we have not met any of the minimum metrics yet. The county should not even be accepting applications for development in Los Osos that cannot show evidence of an adequate water supply. And that was from a 2019 letter. And I know it's really frustrating for people because we've been waiting a long time, but we're not there yet. We've made huge progress on our water, but we're still 4 feet below on our water level, nearly double on nitrates, and nearly double on chlorides, which is seawater intrusion. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Okay,
Can
thank you, Becky.
Can I make a comment then? Or-
Yeah, Julie, then Molly, I saw you're trying to get your hand up too.
I think if Becky wants to keep reading from that letter, which is certainly within her rights, we have to also recognize that the county responded to that letter. And I don't know if you know, but if they're going to come at loggerheads, someone's going to have to sue the other one. It's a lawsuit.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
And they
so-
haven't agreed on it yet. And so it's like, well,
Right. So that's why.
Becky, we're not
Yeah.
conversation.
oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
So the county
me.
has responded, and they believe they are interpreting their LCP the way that they've always interpreted it. So that hasn't changed, and that's why they continue to proceed. So and if they ever come to an agreement or come to a lawsuit and the court gets involved, that's where we're at. So they have to, by law, follow their own rules, and that's what they're doing. So, and we have, I mean, it's great to hear you say that you see the progress, because we have made a lot of progress and we've all spent a lot of money on this. So it's nice to see
Yeah.
some fruit from our labor.
okay. Molly, you were going to raise your hand?
Yeah, and it's not really an announcement, but I thought that possibly that Bon Air project was going to be pulled from tonight's meeting just because the applicant, there was more information that the county needed from the applicant. Did Trish talk to anybody about that?
Yes, and I will be mentioning that it's going to be, we're going to
okay.
table that when we get to the agenda items.
Okay, all right, thank you. That's all I had.
Okay. Okay. Next is public comment on items that are not on the agenda. Anyone from the public? Patrick, I see you have your hand up. I'll ask you to unmute.
Thank you.
There we go.
I also sent a letter to Land Use. It was a document, actually, that the Coastal Commission had sent Public Works in 2017. The letter that Becky just read from was actually 2022, not 2019. But the one that they sent Public Works was 2017. And the letter that was sent that Becky was referring to took a lot of that information from the 2017 letter dealing with our water situation. And yes, there is a conflict between the county and the Coastal Commission, definitely. The county interprets the LCP one way and the Coastal Commission sees things a little differently. Though the Coastal Commission did approve the LCP decades ago, and they realized there's a lot of flaws in it that they wouldn't be approving at this time. So the letter I sent, though, got turned back to me. So it didn't get sent to you guys. It was something that I thought you should read for tonight's meeting, but it's actually relevant all the way through. And it is a letter that is actually attached to the documents in a appeal that is coming before the Coastal Commission on Thursday, the 10th. And that appeal is for the Roger Dick project, which is here in Los Osos. And this letter was attached to that whole appeal part. So you can find it in there. I also sent it to Larry tonight. So when he gets around looking at his email, he can look at that and get it off to you all. Becky has it also. I'd also like to suggest maybe that, excuse me, I'm trying to find Jacob. Jacob, I think you're an incredible asset to this committee here. And I think that you've got a lot of technology skills that could be used with LOCAC in their outreach committee. You could replace Tom Cross, who was in there and doing an excellent job, but he's not with us or with you guys anymore either. I think you'd be a wonderful replacement for there if you had some time to be on outreach also. So that would be a suggestion I would have, and I hope you look into that. So that's all I have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pat. Okay, so next,
Larry, Lindy has her hand up.
Lindy.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Becky.
Okay.
Lindy, go ahead.
I hate to bring this up because it seems like it doesn't make sense to anybody but me, but I'd again like to have a clear list of ministerial permits and remove all the solar array. There's got to be a way that just construction and tree cutting can show up on a list that we get updates every month or every other month if necessary. But it's sort of like the attempt has been made, but it disappears and it's difficult to find online. And I think it's a public service that everybody know what the county has approved without us knowing. So
Okay,
just maybe Julie can work with somebody to get that to just show up and get it posted.
okay. Dave and Bev, you're asking it on mute. I see you have your hand up.
Yeah, it's Dave again. I'm just going to make
Great.
my standard public comment, and that is there are four public people out here tonight, and I think the outreach committee has a noble goal of making it so more people in Los Osos will know something about what's happening at LOCAC and on these subcommittees. And I look forward to the day when a lot of people know what's going on here. So I encourage work being done by the outreach committee to communicate with the community. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you for your input, Dave. So next we have the approval of minutes from our last meeting, from July 3rd meeting. I heard there was one correction that needed to be made. I actually didn't see it on the minutes. Maybe somebody else might have. It said the county planning department prohibits guest houses from being built in Los Osos. And I looked at it and I didn't see that. I said, the Coastal Commission doesn't want to approve guest houses, but neither one of them have said they prohibit guest houses. So if that is in our minutes, it's going to be corrected. But otherwise, I'd like to get approval of these minutes here. That was the only correction I had seen, and I didn't actually see it because they said prohibit, and I did not see in the minutes anyone prohibiting anything. So
I'll look that up, Larry, and make any change, but it might have been something that was said by somebody and more of a quote. So I'll look into that and make sure that it's clear.
Okay, so should we approve these minutes then, or wait until that's been checked? I'd like to approve the minutes.
Why don't we
Becky,
approve?
go ahead.
Why don't we approve them? And if it's a significant difference, then I'll make sure we put it back on the agenda next time to somehow correct it if it's necessary.
Okay, so approve the
That's a
minutes
thought.
with the catted, looking for corrections. Okay,
But that's
So
not-
anyone
that's
make
a
a motion?
Was that a
Thank
motion?
you,
I'll
Cindy.
make a motion to approve.
Okay,
Jacob?
Jacob, thank you. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm gonna abstain because I can't open them.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in
Affirmative.
favor. 1 abstained. Thank you. Moving on to the agenda items. Item number 2, the Bonaire project has been put on information hold by the county planning department. So we are going to table this application until it is cleared from the county hold. They had some questions they wanted answered and stuff, and they suggested I pull it, and so I'm following their lead. But moving on to the Haynes project, removal of an existing garage and construction. This is a project that was put on information hold, I want to say 4 or 5 months ago. And the person, in fact, I don't even see
Yeah, I don't
him.
see Bob at all. He said he would be here.
Yeah. Anyway, so on this and what Bob has explained, that all the questions, that there was environmental question, there was lot line and not enough easement things have all been corrected with the county. And so as far as I can see, I can't see any reason not to approve this project. But I guess, Julie, I'm looking for you for reference. Should we wait for?
I don't see a problem with it. It does look like the applicant has corrected the questions for planning. I haven't really heard our committee deliberate about the project other than, I think it was the previous arrangements. And, Bob tried to set us a little bit straight with some new drawings last time he was here. I think for me, I'm okay with recommending approval to LOCAC. And that, but if it turns out that the discussion between the remainder of the committee members wants more information from Bob, we can invite him back. But I think a little dialogue right now would be totally fine.
Okay.
So,
Anybody? Becky, go ahead.
Question, Julie, are you meaning that, so it had an information hold, but now the information hold is off?
Right, the project
Oh,
has
okay.
been accepted for processing. I got
Okay.
that confirmed
Thank you.
today. Mhm.
Okay. So does anybody else feel the same way or have any questions about this project, that they need the thing? If you looked at it, it's simple. It's no added water use. They're not. They just want to expand their garage, and like a lot of people here in town like to do. Molly?
I don't have any questions about it, so I'm satisfied.
And Patrick has his hand up.
Okay, Patrick, let me see, gotta ask, you're on mute, or go ahead and talk, Patrick.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm okay. I
Yeah.
just wanted to know, is there an ADU that is involved in this, or a guest house, or a vacation rental or something that is all part of this? It was kind of hard to tell. Something they're doing now is going to be different, but I think there's something attached to that already. And I'm just wondering if that ever had a permit with it originally. So that would be my question, but I don't think anybody's here to answer that right now.
Yeah, there was no guest house or ADU or anything else in it. Besides for expanding their garage, they're adding a workshop, art room. Again, no water fixtures, no. In fact, I don't even think they're finishing the inside of it. They're leaving it like the inside of a garage.
It's unconditioned space, so it cannot be habited legally.
Yeah. Go ahead, Becky.
I think the other space, the house, it was like there's the house and then there's this garage with the studio, but there was an art studio or something that was behind there. That's the other building. But it was attached like with a walkway or something, like a catwalk sort of thing. But
Yeah.
I didn't see any vacation rental ADU type thing on it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm leaving it up to you folks, you know, do we want?
I'll make a motion to approve
Go
it.
ahead.
I make
Okay,
a motion to approve it.
I'll
and
second.
put it on the regular agenda, not on the consent agenda, so that we'll get Bob over here for that.
That's fair. That way he
Yeah.
can answer everybody's question.
Yeah, and we'll kind of make sure he's here.
If he were to show up later in this meeting, then we could take care of it then though too.
Yeah, that'd
Okay.
be fine too.
Okay, 'cause maybe he's just late.
Yeah, or having problems signing in. I had problems signing in.
Yeah.
Okay, but so there was a motion made to put it on the agenda for LOCAC and get Bob Kreiser to be there. Is there a second to that motion?
Yeah, I heard Jacob.
Yeah, I'll second
Okay.
it and I'll repeat the
Thank
second.
you, Jacob.
Yep.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Aye. That's
It's unanimous.
unanimous. Okay, that was quick and easy. Thank you all for that. And so the Bon Air project is on hold. The next project, and again, we don't have a agent,
Applicant, yeah.
an applicant for this. Are people kind of familiar going out to Montana de Oro? There's that last house up on the hill on the left.
Very familiar.
Yeah, I know, Julie, you live there. Anyway, across the street from that, on the downhill side, these folks wanted to build a house. And it's out of the prohibition zone. And we had talked about this project, I want to say it was 2015. This project did come before LOCAC and Land Use. And in both instances, we approved the project. They're being very concerned, you know, that the project blends in with the scenery, that it's all low water use, you know, and on and on and on. But we're stuck in the same place. If people want to hear more about the project, we can put it on hold until next month and see if we can get the agent to show up, or pass it on to the LOCAC. Julie, I see your hands up.
Yeah, I do have a lot of questions about this project. Number one, the project description says a project modification to an approved minor use permit and cites the 2015 permit, yet it has its own brand new permit number. That means it's a brand new permit. So,
Okay.
And the attachments in the referral have old snail surveys, old water letters, you know, all their documentation is from the old project. They're gonna have to renew and refresh all of that. So it was accepted for processing almost a year, or maybe over a year ago by the county. So I'm curious to ask the applicant about the delay in getting it to LOCAC, or to us for sure. But then there's also 1,000-foot increase in the size of the building. So there's not very good visual simulations. You know, we're gonna wanna know if that extra 1,000 feet is gonna take out more trees and what other habitats. So I'm not comfortable pushing this forward at all until we hear from the applicant.
Okay. Becky?
Yeah, I agree. And I think I really appreciate it when a person from there comes and shows everything to people. Because if you haven't looked at the plans, there's plans for a pool with an attached spa on that. And I'm not sure, how do you do that with Title 19 credits for a pool? And has that come, there's not that many pools in town, but has that come up before LOCAC land use before installing?
Yeah.
a pool?
There was a pool once and we talked them out of it. So
Well, I just wondered because I went, how
I
does
don't think
it
another
work?
one's been built in 20 or 30 years.
Right. So that was my big question on that one. And thank you, Julie, for all that information, because it is in the middle of a bunch of Moro Manzanita and things like that. So if hasn't been updated, it probably
Yeah, I
should.
think, and really, I think visual simulations are important because of the proximity to the park and the incredible views. We don't want to have it block anything. And the project that I recall from 15 was, you know, hunkered down kind of below the road slightly. But if this one's bigger and more massive, we're going to see it as we're coming up the hill.
Yeah.
As much as maybe coming down the hill. So I want to see visual sims from all sides.
It looked pretty low when I looked at the side view, but you're right. I don't know. Do you know, were those pictures that were in this latest thing, the new house?
But they were crude, you know, those were just
Yeah.
you know, computer drawings. A real sim will have, you know, they'll basically drop a phony house amongst the landscape that's already
Right.
there and what we're expecting to see. So
Right.
I'd like some more detail.
Yeah. Julie, maybe you can help me. Molly, hang on one second.
Yeah.
Put together a list of questions that I can give Claire, you know, and have them put an information hold on this project
Well,
until,
I don't know that they'll do that, but they're certainly, you know, they're not, if we make the point to planning department that these are our concerns, and if they're not addressed before it gets to LOCAC, they're gonna have a hard time getting that buy-in from LOCAC. So
Okay.
I'm happy to help you, Larry.
yeah, okay, thank you. Molly, you had something?
Yeah, I saw that I wasn't, if this project came up a couple years ago or whatever, I wasn't aware because I wasn't involved in LOCAC, but is that normal for one of these big houses to have that many bathrooms? It's like four bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms or something like that. It just sounds like someone's potentially building it to try and make it a vacation rental. Anybody know if that's just common that they would put that many bathrooms in a single family residence?
Well, I have that many bathrooms. But just saying,
I had.
yeah, it can, if you have a big house, you want them spread out so you don't have to, you know, walk very far. But
These are all like right
or run.
in a row. Yeah.
But
So these are all probably just one with each bedroom.
yeah, it's
what
just
I meant.
convenient.
Anyway,
Still, if they want a vacation rental, that's a separate permit down the line, or
yeah, I know,
if
I
they-
get that.
if they really
yeah.
want one, they would attach it without adding another $5,000. They'd put it onto this project. So I'm thinking it's just people that want a big house.
Okay, that's all I have.
Okay.
Is it the same applicants?
No,
2014 to now.
property sold
Oh.
and the permit expired. So this is a new project.
Yeah, I see the lap pool and the spa. They'll probably want to remove that if they want our approval.
Okay.
I'd like to see
So,
more updated, and certainly don't need 40 pages of environmental from 2014 to look at.
Right, we want current stuff.
Mhm.
Which there are ways to amend those reports, but they didn't share that with us, if they have done that.
So where are we going with this project?
So let's open it up to public comment if anybody wants to add to our list of things we
Okay.
want, and then we'll invite them back next month.
And, okay, good. Okay, so any members from the public have any comments or questions on this project on Pacho Valley Road? Patrick, I see your hands up. There you go. Ask it on mute.
Yeah, I think you're making the right decision by bringing it back and talking about it. Of course, the swimming pool and spa are a big problem, and this is something that's probably going to get appealed to the Coastal Commission anyway. So it'd be good to know exactly what they're planning to do. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Patrick. So that's all I'm seeing there, and we've all do it. So we'll wait till next month and we'll get in touch with the applicant and see if we can get somebody here, in person that can answer questions, and we will try to get some questions answered from county planning. So that's it for this evening. We still have the question of next month's meeting. I don't know if people have to go home and look at their calendars
We
or.
are all at home.
Oh, okay.
I'm good with the 8th or the 14th, either one.
Oh, I
The
think-
8th would
I
be
think the
Tuesday
choices
or
were the
Fifth or the
Excuse me,
11th.
I'm sorry,
fifth or the 11th, yeah.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at the wrong month, even if I'm at home and
So it's Tuesday the 5th or Monday the 11th.
the 11th, yeah.
Anybody have any strong feelings?
I'd like the 11th.
I like the 11th too.
Yep.
Just seems like a Monday.
I
Just
can
push
do
it one week,
either
basically.
of them.
I'm good with either.
Jacob,
Yep. Just push it
What?
a week, basically.
September
Yeah.
11th is what he just said.
Okay.
Push it a week.
we will send out a notice. It'll be the following Monday then, which is the 11th.
I had a question about the Bon Air because I read part of it, but then wanted to wait. It said someplace in the documentation that the project had been approved at some point. Do you know, Julie, if what year it was supposed? I mean, I don't recall ever approving a hotel situation on
So
that.
it's all back to the, and just so you all know, Jeff is representing the applicant, so technically I'm not supposed to talk to you guys about this. But the referral to the approval of the project was the whole corner project. And remember how the buildings have come in over time, different buildings were built.
They were
So
gonna phase.
that's what this is. So, but it'd be better to wait and
That had to have been
not.
20 years ago.
It was 1995, I think, or
99 according to the
99. Yeah.
summary. Yeah.
Well, they started permitting in 95. It's a long road.
And they get to keep that for as long as they have? It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
renewed? Okay, that's a long
But I mean,
time.
this is a new permit, but this is part of the planned development.
When
This
we
is a
had
new
water.
permit,
Okay.
but it's, the intent was always to have that area built out.
With hotels? Okay,
It was intended to be built out, never said specifically what. Well, it did. It said industrial, or what do you call it? Business
Business
slash,
professional, I think, business professional.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And And hotels do fall in that category. But that's what they're discussing, and we shouldn't really be discussing it until we get it back with a lot of questions answered. So if anyone else has anything else want to talk about or anything, we got this, we're getting done early.
I want to say one thing.
Go ahead, Julie.
I'm so happy to see Lynette Tornatsky on here.
Yes.
Yes.
We miss you, Lynette. And guess what? There's an opening.
Lynette, do you care to say something, or
Thank you.
you don't
Yes,
have?
that's very sweet. I will take the opening idea under advisement. Thank you so much. That's kind of you. Nice to be back.
We're glad you're back.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's it then. Call an end to the meeting, and we'll see you all at, well, some of you will see at LOCAC, and then we'll see not the 4th, but the 11th in September.
Hey,
Right.
Good night,
Thank you.
everybody.
Larry.
thanks,
All right.
everybody.
Right. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody.
Thank you.